She's smoking that target. You guys, the 2023 Florida deer season in the far south zone started 2 weeks ago. Our home place, J.W. Corbett, we live in Stuart, Florida, it opens up tomorrow, and then our lease opens up in a couple weeks. So we've been practicing with our bows. Well, she has. I haven't got my new bow yet. It'll be here Wednesday. In the meantime, between seasons opening, we headed to South Carolina to hunt with one of my really good friends. Now, if you follow along a lot, you know I'm not the greatest when it comes to filming over-the-shoulder hunts. If you watch me, you know you're just getting real-life videos. I try to make it like you're with me. I don't do all that flammer-gammer $20,000 cameras. It's GoPros and cell phones. I have a new pellet gun. I'm going to talk about it plenty in the video, so you'll get to see it. My buddy's place is overrun with wild hogs, and he asked me if I'd kill some. We're only allowed one deer, so I put Crystal up to bat for the deer. He said he had a good buck on camera for her. Y'all, I'm just gonna jump back into the hunt. I'm up to bat first with the pellet gun. I'm hunting 2 big wild boar hogs that he has on camera, and they've been coming in and destroying one of his favorite deer spots. So I'm gonna slip in the woods, get set up. Y'all just watch it unfold. Now, when we get to Crystal's hunt, if you fast forward in this video, it's not gonna make sense. So when we get to Crystal's hunt, you're gonna see the camera's just a little bit fuzzy. My iPhone 14, for some reason, when you're filming in the woods, it makes it seem so much brighter than it is, but the camera's struggling, so it's a teeny bit blurry. Like I said, don't fast forward. Enjoy both of these hunts. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You guys, this FX Impact just dropped that hog like a bad habit. I mean, a bad habit. When I set out to get a pellet gun like this, an air rifle, I wanted the best you could get for accuracy, for strength, for long range, for up close and personal. This thing right here does it all. I'm gonna put my buddy Travis's T-Dubs on Instagram right across the board. You guys follow him. If you have any questions, he will help you build the gun of your dreams like he did mine. All right, we're gonna go recover this hog. How's it going? Crystal just texted me. She's deer hunting right now. It's August 22nd in South Carolina, and deer season is in full effect. So you see the corn pile? That's his camera right there where he's been getting the pictures of all the hogs. And if you look, I just heard more hogs. You see the corn? The hog's right over here. You guys, it is so hot here. Obviously, I didn't see any more hogs. It's starting to get dark. We got to drive at least 1.5 miles through the woods to pick Crystal up. I just got the hog over here out of the way for Cornbread to pick me up with the Jeep. I got to give a huge shout out, though, to Primos for making these awesome trigger sticks. That's the one I use for my gun. And this is the one I use for my camera. they have little adapters and you can put different style heads on them. The head to my camera set is on the camera itself. So all I gotta do is pull it out of the backpack, put it on these sticks. I can level it super fast, super easy. Obviously that's the head for the rifle. They just make things so easy. But this FX air rifle right here, I mean, the proof's in the pudding, y'all. There it is. It's about a 150-pound hog, a boar hog, and I dropped him in his tracks, y'all. In his tracks. I can't believe the camera's actually showing a lot better light than there is. I probably couldn't shoot 50 yards out there because I can't see my crosshairs on either rifle. I brought my 5.56 just in case the pellet gun didn't perform. This is the first hog I've ever shot with it. It dropped him in his tracks, y'all. Now I'm just sitting here waiting for my ride. Cornbread should be here in like 5 minutes, and then we gotta go pick Crystal up.
I'd have been here a long time ago, Crystal, but he told me to take my time.
We saw a chupacabra on the way here, babe.
Chupacabra, no doubt.
Can you hold this?
I mean,
what do you mean a chupacabra?
We don't know what it was. It was dog-like.
The biggest thing I ever seen. It was little old bitty black, and I thought it.
An armadillo?
No, it was a dog.
I think it was like a. I think it was a baby coyote. Run right down the road for a damn mile in front of us.
What do you think this animal is?
Large animal, kind of looks like a wolf, but not like a neighborhood dog.
All right, we'll see y'all back at the lodge. We got her picked up safe and sound. How hot is it today, babe?
It was 145 degrees today.
Did your butt sweat as much as mine?
I am covered in sweat.
How about that big old boar hog with the pellet gun?
Good job, babe.
Coming.
Y'all, let me introduce to you Cornbread. So we're gonna do a special edition coming up with these two. It's gonna be called Overalls Catfishing. Crystal got here and saw his overalls. She's like, I'm so jealous right now. Mine are at the house.
We're gonna catch some catfish in overalls.
I can't wait to see this.
Drag him in there.
The cool thing about this place, they got a walk-in cooler so we can clean him in the morning. I wish I could sit in this place this afternoon and have a little window to where I can shoot out.
That's a big walk-in cooler. That's
If you
nice.
If you guys have never been to South Carolina or South Georgia or anywhere in the South in the summer, muggy, hot, and humidity is the 3 key words. So we're gonna go in there, eat a cool dinner, get up. We were so for sure that she was gonna kill that deer this afternoon. We didn't even think about in the morning. The wind swirled on her. The buck actually came in. The wind swirled. She didn't get a shot. So now we gotta wake up in the morning at 4:45 and get in there at least an hour before daylight. And then, hopefully, fingers crossed, she gets her first big velvet white-tailed deer. I'm starving though. We'll see you in the morning. All right, y'all, we've been looking for this deer for about 10 minutes. I can smell him. Oh yeah, let's go look at him. You wanna know what's crazy is this is totally not where I thought he was. Sometimes, folks, you just gotta let the person have a moment with their deer. Look how pretty that dude is.
Oh my gosh. Mosquitoes everywhere. Thank God we found him.
You found him. I was sitting over under a tree calling the deer tracking guy. I'm like, I'm not leaving South Carolina.
No blood.
I didn't think he ran this away. He didn't run far.
That's the most stressful time. Shooting the deer is not the most stressful time. The most stressful time is after you shoot the deer and before you find the deer. That's the most stressful time. You know what's crazy? There's a tick on his antler.
Your first velvet buck, your first South Carolina buck.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, babe. Oh, Lord.
Ready?
1, 2. I'll drag a deer all day.
You can see he has his summer coat still. A little bit of his winter coat starting to come in. I don't know how, it's only 100 degrees. So I'll show you where she shot him from. You see that stand right there? That's where we were. And here's the feeder. And if you're wondering, why is there a tree stand right there? That thing's been sitting there for like 20 years. This is just a little hole way in the middle of the woods. About a 10-minute walk from the main road. And this is where Cornbread put it. Great. Woo. 172 pounds.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
High five. Just got done dumping the guts, y'all, and she's about to drive us. Old stick shift. She said her first vehicle ever was a stick shift. The only problem is this seat won't move far enough forward, so this should be interesting. You what?
I can't find first.
Up and left.
I know that, obviously. It goes in the second easy. There we go.
There you go.
Ready?
Let's see that fancy footwork. And we're off, folks. Look at the grin.
I want an old Jeep bag. Oh! Oh! Oh,
Oh gosh, you just stalled. I am not editing that out. There is no editing that out.
I can't reach the pedals.
Y'all, this is what we're working with.
I'll leave you behind.
Let's see, can you start? Now I'm gonna have to go get a Jeep. What about them Tennessee orange toenails?
They wasn't supposed to be Tennessee orange.
I thought you were a Kentucky
They were
girl.
supposed to be pink. Or like peach.
We're gonna head into town and get some ice. Come back and quarter that deer up. We've already gutted and skinned it and the hog. We actually already ate the heart. Crystal cooked up the heart for lunch in a way that she was raised. Her mom always boiled heart for her and her 4 siblings. And that's how they grew up eating it. So she boiled it, cut it up, ate it with salt. She loved it. We're gonna go to town, get some ingredients we need for what we're gonna cook for dinner tonight, get some ice, stop and see some friends, and then cook a deer meat dinner with some pork and try to probably even go kill another hog with the pellet gun. Whatever we're doing, y'all are riding shotgun, so you'll know as I know.
We've been watching Buckmasters on TV. And I'm like, Gabe, I need some face paint. So I'm about to put some makeup on. This is the only kind of makeup I'm gonna wear. You're ever gonna see me wear. Let's see This is like really melted because it's like 95 degrees out here. Let me wipe some sweat off. They smear this crap all over their face. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot. Alright. And then I think you just go like this. Oh, mustache. I got a long sleeve shirt I'm gonna put on here in a minute, but it's freaking hot. How do I look? Gabe's gonna be so impressed. Oh no, what do I do with my hands?
Who's ready to eat some fresh backstrap? We're talking about this morning fresh backstrap. If you've ever killed a wild deer, if you've ever killed a deer, obviously it was wild, or a hog, you know they have silver skin on the bottom. Here's how you handle it. Just take your knife and fillet it just like a piece of fish. It's literally that simple, but you can't leave it on because it's super tough. You couldn't bite through it if you had to. This little corner right here, I didn't miss it, it's just hard because this is the back end. So I sort of take my knife like that and cut it off. It's important to always have a good knife. If you need one, dankopliers.com, use promo code BlueGabe to save 10%. That knife's like $18 and will last you forever. So this is a section closer to his ham. This is up closer to his shoulder. To get this silver skin off, you just simply get your knife under it. You'll have to do it a couple times. Same thing right here. Before you know it, you'll have it off, no problem. It's completely useless. You can't do anything with it. It's too tough. You could probably make rope with it, but that's about it. We're making backstrap cube steak, homemade fried green tomatoes, and some mashed potatoes. Cornbread's out there working on his tractor. He's got a John Deere made in the 40s, and I was just out there pulling him with my truck to get it to crank, and it was absolutely hilarious. Now that I got all that cut off, I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm not going to do it, if I was frying it, I would do it like this. You know, just regular old fried backstrap. But I'm doing cubed backstrap my way. So I'm going to do it long and thick. Just like so. Super important process when making what I'm making. Saran wrap. I put it on the bottom, then laid it over the top, because the next part is about to get messy, folks. Back up, back up. You want to beat it. You want to beat it hard, fast, and vigorously. You'll know when you're doing it right because it'll start to like separate. It'll break down. This piece was super tough. I got to do some more beating on it. Like right now I can see it's finally starting to give loose. That piece is perfect. That piece just gave loose too, so I'm gonna flip it. If you didn't use saran wrap, there'd be meat. It would look like a massacre in here. You'll see it's completely loose now. Just feels completely tender when before it wasn't. This was a big buck. She shot him, he ran about 60 yards. He was feeling a little tough. Now, see that little piece just actually broke apart? You'll be able to bite it like butter. All I have here is flour, and I've already seasoned it, put some Everglades and some other stuff, it doesn't matter. Taste a little bit of the flour and make sure it's not too salty, but it needs to be salty enough. Take it in there, flip it. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could take it out of this and put it in buttermilk and then dip it back in, and it would be really, really thick, but deer meat's so good I don't like to get all technical. And repeat with the rest. The grease is ready. You do not want to do this if your grease isn't 350 degrees. While that's cooking, come over here and I'll show you how to do BlueGabe's version of a fried green tomato. Which, I don't know if that version exists because this is the first time I've ever done it. But one thing I like to specialize in is if I see somebody else do something, I can mimic it. Even if it's just tasting it, I can mimic it. Our green tomatoes turned red, but they're still really firm, so they're not really ripe. Take a little bit of Everglades. My flour's already seasoned. I'm going to batter it in the same flour that the deer meat was in. First into the flour. Get it in there really good. Egg wash. Make sure you get it good. Back into the flour. Your hands are going to get messy. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to cook it when the deer meat's done. Been cooking for about, I don't know, 8 minutes. That joker is looking and smelling so good. When you put it on the drying rack, you will have to flip it because it's such a big piece. I could have easily cut it up. It is what it is. I want to put a big piece on each of our plates. That is looking and smelling fire. Deer meat is officially done. We can add the tomatoes. First time I've ever cooked on this stove, and the oil doesn't get near as hot as I thought it would. It is right at 350, but I wish it was about 360 when you first initially set your tomatoes in there. Tomatoes are done. I'm going to show y'all how to make a gravy real fast, because you can't come cook cornbread dinner and not make a gravy. Cornbread, you smell like diesel and gas.
He does. He's
What
not
you
there
been
working
doing
on the
is that?
tractor.
Listen,
That tractor's being
It's
a pain in the butt.
working man, working man. It's working.
You want to put about half a cup of flour. You just got to do it by feel. There's no exact measurement to it. I'm probably going to go a little bit more flour just to suck up a little bit more juices. I need a wooden spoon. That would be really good. Is there wood here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right here. Now I can get in there and get it all. Break up all that stuff that's stuck to the bottom. Cornbread, did your mama ever make you fried green tomatoes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cornbread made his living in farm tomatoes his entire adult life. That's what he was a tomato farmer. Him and Beachy get along like peas and carrots. Once you get it all mixed in, just start adding water slowly. It'll get super thick. Keep on going. I always start with the water first and then I bring in the milk. You can add onions and mushrooms to this, super easy. You'll see it'll start liquefying. The more flour you use, the more liquids you're gonna have to use. Now I know I got it to where it'll start getting really nice. You like gravy, cornbread?
Yeah, I sure do.
Do you like that banana pudding Beachy made you?
Yes, I did.
Y'all have banana pudding for breakfast.
I'm about to have it for dessert too. It's all about keeping the stirring process going. If you want, you can go back to a whisk and then you can get out any clumps that might be in there. It's getting really thick again, so I'm going to take some milk, pour it in. Now all you got to do is stir it until it's the thickness you want it. Babe, show them the consistency of that gravy.
The what?
The gravy. What you call it?
Gravy.
Cornbread, he ain't waiting. He's digging in.
Look at that.
I got too much work to do, bro. You gotta get this gas on.
Here's what I'm most interested in seeing you tasting. I want you to taste that because you literally are a tomato. Man,
Connoisseur.
it's all you've done your whole life.
I'm gonna eat one, but I'm gonna.
You already ate one?
I snuck one
I
in there.
saw him sneaking it.
Come on, babe. I want to hear your opinion too.
The deer meat's good. Woo, woo, woo.
The only way you could get fresher deer meat than that is if you jumped out of the tree, landed on him, and took a bite. That tomato's good?
Mm-hmm. You got the skill.
That's the first time I've ever made one, I can tell you that. I've only ever seen them in a restaurant. I've never even been at somebody's house when they made one, I don't think.
It's very good.
You like it? All right, y'all, we're gonna get to telling stories. We're gonna leave tomorrow. We won't see Cornbread for a couple months. We really haven't spent much quality time together this trip. We've been on the go shooting hogs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out that new pellet gun if you want one. I'll put T-Dub's Instagram again right here. Send him a message on Instagram. He will hook you up. That pellet gun is mind-blowing. Hey, what did it sound like when I hit that target at 125 yards? Sound like lightning.
Hell yeah.
Whap! 125 yards. Huge shout out to my girlfriend Crystal, always helping, and your big buck. Bam!
BBD.
Is this
The buck. Yeah, I just went out there and hacked a piece off.
Is it the hind quarter?
The tenderloin. Or
Oh.
the back strap. Sorry, the back strap.
Backstrap, okay.
But I pounded it out a little bit.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's it, folks. We'll catch you in the next one.